We are going to learn 11th standard English, Unit 3, third poem, lines written in early spring, which is written by William Wordsworth. Poets or poetess have used to write poem in two forms. One is sonnet. Sonnet is a short poem with 14 lines, 10 syllable and rhyming lines written in a strict poetic form. The sonnet was very popular during Shakespeare's lifetime. Another one is ballad. Ballad is a song or poem, especially a traditional one or one in traditional style, telling a story in a number of short regular stanzas, often with a refrain. Our prescribed poem, lines written in an early spring, ballad form of the poem. It is 4-line poem with 6 stanzas, so it is called as quatrain. William Wordsworth was born on 7th April 1770 and he has died 23rd April 1850. And then he was a major English romantic poet who with Samuel Taylor Coleridge helped to launch romantic age in English literature with the 1798 joint publication Lyrical Ballad. He was a romantic poet. He and then Samuel Taylor Coleridge joined together and published Lyrical Ballads in 1798. Title: Lines written in the spring. When just looking at the title of the poem, we can speculate nature is going to play a key role in the poem. Wordsworth is influenced by the spring. Literal translation is Wordsworth wrote the poem in the spring. William Wordsworth inspired more in nature. Shall we move on to the first stanza? I heard 1,000 blended notes, while in a grove I sat reclined. In that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. Blended, mixed. Grove, a small forest. Reclined, sat on a resting position. Pleasant thought, nice thought, creation of mind. That is in a recline. Recline means lean back in a position of rest. Grove, that is in a forest. Musical sound of nature. I heard 1,000 blended notes, while in a grove I sat reclined. While he sat in a reclined position, I is in a referred to William Wordsworth. He heard 1,000 mixed musical sound of nature. While he sat in a reclined position on a woodland forest area, he heard 1,000 mixed musical sound of nature. And the third line, in that sweet mood when the pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. The pleasant thoughts of that musical sound of nature made him to bring sad thoughts of society as undergone. Is it clear? All are understood? Shall we move on to the second stanza? Second stanza. To her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. To her fair work did nature. Fair work means beautiful efforts. Link means connect. Soul, that is spirit. That is ran, flowed. Grieved means caused sorrow, distress. Heart, emotions. What has made of man? Man has deteriorated himself in every aspect of life and has created miseries and sadness. To her fair works, that is in her effort, beautiful effort, connection, linked with human soul. That is nature, God, soul, linked with the human soul. So both the soul is in the same. Who said? That is William Wordsworth. Musical sound of nature, that is human soul, and nature soul is in the same. Nature soul is not different from human soul. Who said that? Is William Wordsworth. And for third line is, and much it grieved. Grieved means it's a very sorrow. My heart to think what man has made of man. He was very much sad. That is, why he was in a very much sad? What man has made of man? That means man has separated himself from nature. That both the soul were same, but this man has separated himself from nature. Next, third stanza. Through primrose tufts in that green bower, the periwinkle trailed in wreaths, and it's my fate that every flower enjoy the air it breathes. Through primrose tuft means is in a bunch of plants. Primrose means flowering plants, that is wild plant with yellow flowers. And periwinkle is in a trail plant with a large blue flowers. It means is in a arrangement of flower in the shape of circle. So, primrose flowers and periwinkle forms in the form of wreath. So, both are is in a to form together in a wreath, to make it as in a wreath. He believed, it is my faith. Faith means is in a believed, every flower enjoy the air it breathes. He believed that every flower enjoyed the fragrance of the air. Every flower is breathed sweet smell of the air. Every flowers, they enjoy the fragrance of the air. They enjoy the sweet smell of the air. Okay, shall we move on to the fourth stanza? Fourth stanza. The birds around me hopped and played. Their thoughts I cannot measure, but the least motion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. Hopped means made a short jumps. Motion, act of moving. Thrill, a cause of sudden excitement. The birds around me is in a William Wordsworth. The birds around the poet hopped and played. They are very much happy, sang, hopped and played. He could not measure the thoughts of joy. Is it clear? All are understood? The second line, see, the thoughts I cannot measure. I is in a William Wordsworth. He could not measure the joy. How they were in a sang and hopped and played. He could not measure it. Third line, but the least motion. Motion means act of moving, which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. That is, even though William Wordsworth did not understand the act of moving, he identified that the birds were very much happy, all this movement out of pleasure and joy. He considered that all the birds were very much happy. Is it clear? The fifth stanza. The budding twigs spread out their fan to catch the breezy air, and I must think, do all I can, that there was a pleasure there. Budding means beginning to develop. Twig means small branches of a tree. Catch, capture, breezy, strong wind. A leafless small branches of tree spread out as if to catch strong wind. Third line, and I must think, do all I can, that there was a pleasure there. He must think, I means is in a William Wordsworth, think, he could do that, gather nature pleasure in their existence. So he was happy. Is it clear, all of you? So this is in a budding twigs. Shall we move on to the sixth stanza? If this belief from heaven be sent, if such be nature's holy plan, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? Belief means faith or trust, holy, sacred, reason, cause, lament, mourn or sad. If this belief from heaven to be sent, if such be nature's holy plan, nature pleasure made him happy. He believed that. Who believed that? William Wordsworth believed that it has sent by heaven. That is in the flowers of every flowers, all the trees, that is sent by heaven. Heaven refers to place of God, Creator, who gave us this nature. And it was the holy plan of nature. The poet described the nature's work as holy as, that is God's work from heaven. So the nature work is equal to the God's work. So he considered the nature work as a God. Is it clear? Third line, have I not reason to lament? He had not, never reason to lament. Lament means sad. What man has made of man. That is, because man has separated from nature joys. Is it clear? All are understood? Shall we move on to the heaven? This is in a heaven. Next, poetic devices. Do you know what is the poetic devices? Poetic devices form patterns, and these patterns do various things: describe, pursue, inform, inspire, illustrate, elevate, sing, and inscribe words into memory. That is easy to way to say. That is, poet or poetess uses the poetic devices to make the reader to be understand the poem. That is beautiful poem. Is it clear? Our prescribed poem, lines written in early spring. First poetic device is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia means the formation of word from a sound associated with what is named. For example, cuckoo sizzle. That is cuckoo, that is in a bird sound. The bird name also cuckoo. The name and the sound is in the same is coming means called in a onomatopoeia. So our prescribed poem, first stanza, I heard 1,000 blended notes. I heard 1,000 blended, that is the musical sound of nature. That is the musical sound of birds. So that is called onomatopoeia. Second one, alliteration. The use of the same beginning consonant sound in a line or verse. In second stanza, much it grieved my man as made of. Yum yum, that is in a same like consonant repeated initial sound in a same line is called in a alliteration. Third one, personification. Personification means giving human qualities to animals or objects. Without the person, poet make it as a person. That one is called in a personification. In our given poem, if such be nature's holy plan, that is in a nature world, that is nature is in a, he made as a God. That is God is in a like us, that is in a human being. He sees nature as a God. So that is why it's in a personification. Nature, tree, flowers and all is in a non-living things. So the non-living things, that poet make it as a living person. That one is called in a personification. So next one, that is in a, the budding twigs spread out the air. Usually that is in a human being only to catch the sweet smell of the air. But here it is in a poet mentioned the budding twigs, that is small branches of the tree catch the wind, strong wind. So that is why it's called in a personification. Next one, rhetorical question. Rhetorical question, sixth stanza, the last line. What man has made of man? That one is a rhetorical question. Rhetorical question is nothing else. The rhetorical question, usually the question means one is asking question, another one is usually to say the answer. But the rhetorical question means that is the person is asking question itself is will get the answer. What man has made of man is, that is a man as separated from nature. He himself said the answer. That one is called in a rhetorical question. Second, third, next one, rhyming words. You know everybody else. Rhyme is in a repetition of similar sound. End of the word will come in a same sound. Example, usually, exactly. All li is coming, no? That one is called rhyming words. Next, rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme is the rhyming pattern that is created at the end of lines of poetry. We should give a name to the rhyming words. That one is called rhyme scheme. Now all our sixth stanza is AB, AB. That is home assignment, 3 appreciation questions plus 6 questions, short questions. Write it and send it to your respective teachers. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.